Washington leading Dallas 17-3. Both teams back from the locker rooms and whatever went on at the half. A sellout crowd at RFK Stadium. Redskins have already clinched the NFC East. Dallas mathematically, a lot depending on what happens this afternoon, if they do stay alive, if they can stay alive with a playoff possibility, mathematically it could happen, but it's highly unlikely.
You know, one of the things that they do at halftime, and I think the Redskins do it better than anyone, is they go over what happened in the first half. They go over their statistics. They look at their Polaroids, and then they make adjustments. And I feel a couple things about the Redskins. One, I feel the quarterback, Jay Schroeder, although he had his best half this season, his first half, I feel he's a much better quarterback in the second half. And I think that Joe Gibbs and his staff are one of the best in the NFL at making halftime adjustments.
You know, I think it was an interesting observation you made when we were talking before about they have to realize, they should be able to realize that they're not going to be able to run the ball like they used to, partly because of the offensive line and the problems they've had in that area, but also partly because of the change in defense in the NFL.
Right, and then partly because of their running back situation and the health of their backs and so on. And I know Joe Gibbs. Joe Gibbs loves to run the football, and he loves that control. He said, you know, you have more control of the game then. And he doesn't like that kind of being out of control, but I think at some point he has to say, hey, that's it.
This is our strength. Let's go with it. Ruzek kicks off to Clarence Verdon. Takes it at the 6. Hit by Todd Fowler after a return of 21.
You know, here's Jay Schroeder's passing by distance, and you know, he spreads the ball out all over. If you look, he was 5 for 6 under 10 yards, 1 for 4 between 10 and 20. Then he'll throw the ball down the field, 1 for 2, 1 for 1, 31 to 40, and then 1 for 2 for 56 yards. So he not only spreads it across, but he spreads it up and down the field.
And John, he's one of those guys who's never going to be a high percentage passer because he does throw it upfield.
And he's one of those guys who looks upfield first and then comes back short. Here he goes again.
Walls comes up with the interception. Everson Walls back there with him step for step that time.
Well, that was the same play that they got the touchdown at the end of the first half. Look at the difference between Walls this time than the touchdown, if you remember. On the touchdown, he was looking back at the quarterback all the way. On this one, coming off the line of scrimmage, he was looking at Gary Clark. That one, he got the interception on. Of course, the other one, he was beaten by a touchdown run. That is an interesting thing, because the first one, he's looking back in, touchdown. That one, he's looking at Gary Clark, interception.
Walker splits out wide to the right this time. Dorsett is in the backfield as the runner. And the handoff is to Dorsett. And there's no place to go. Govea made the stop. Dorsett got 1.
Let's look at that one again, Pat, just before halftime, the touchdown. Remember the one Gary Clark got. If we look here, now watch Walls here. Coming off the line of scrimmage, he's looking back into the backfield at Schroeder, and he lets Clark get by him. The one we just saw, of course, he was looking at Clark coming off the line of scrimmage. That's a halftime adjustment by the Cowboys. 2nd and 9.
Newsome and Walker behind Danny White. This is Herschel Walker. Hit by Manley right at the line of scrimmage. He might have gotten a yard, but not much more.
This is the thing, I think this is the place where the Cowboys had to make a play. They just come off an interception, and then if they could come up with a couple of offensive plays here and start changing the tone of this game. They just don't seem to have guys that can make big plays for them.
It'll bring up a 3rd and 8. Renfro split wide right this time, and Kelvin Edwards and Rod Barksdale to the left. That's Barksdale in motion. White out of the spread formation, going deep for Edwards, incomplete. Barry Wilburn right with him, and the Redskin defense rises to the occasion after the interception by Everson Walls. Saxon comes on to punt.
There's Eric Yarber, all 155 pounds of him. He's getting ready for that doom that could be around the corner. He's checking out all his equipment. You know, everything's working.
Checking out everything. Here's Saxon. A high kick. Yarber signals fair catch just at the last second at the 25. And a flag goes down.
That's Victor Scott. He's saying whatever they called, he didn't do it.
Apparently the officials thought that he didn't give Yarber enough room.
And once he calls a fair catch, of course you can't hit him, but the other thing is you have to give him a chance and room to catch the ball.
Multiple fouls. Ineligible downfield, number 40 on the kicking team. That penalty will be declined. Interference with the opportunity to catch the kick, number 22 of the kicking team. That penalty is accepted. 15-yard penalty and first down.
What he's calling is right here on Victor Scott. He's saying that he's interfering with his opportunity to make the fair catch. Although he did make the fair catch.
He did make the catch, and he did signal at the last second. 17-3, Washington leads. Next on CBS, our doubleheader continues. The Giants at the Cardinals, Atlanta against the Rams, and the Detroit Lions at Tampa Bay. Check your local listings for what game you'll be seeing. Clark split out wide to the right, looking at Walls. Schroeder, the quarterback. Redskins first down at their own 40. 13-13 left to play in the third quarter. Handoff Roger. Rogers chased by Jeffcoat, stopped by Downs, a gain of 2.
You know, one of the guys that the Redskins feel is their most consistent offensive lineman is Raleigh McKenzie, and now it's an interesting matchup down there. He's going against Danny Noonan. I'll tell you, that is two strong guys going head to head and hitting there in the pits.
And Young. Second down and 8. Schroeder back to throw. Cowboys haven't gotten close to it. It's Clark for first down. A gain of 9, stopped by Downs and Walls.
You know, that's what you try and do. You know, Gary Clark, of course, got the touchdown deep on Walls, and then he comes back later, and they have the interception. So now you got him thinking deep, so you want to come in and hit the short stuff in front of him. You see how he pushed Walls off like he was going deep, and then he came back in and caught that hook. Of course, here's the pass protection here. See Noonan running a stunt there with Jeffcoat, and the Redskins pick it up.
Jacoby with the final push on Danny Noonan. First in, here comes the Cowboy blitz. Schroeder just gets rid of it. Ricky Sanders out of bounds inside the 5. Schroeder able to get it downfield again. Sanders out of bounds inside the 5 and a gain of 47.
That was a real advantage for the Redskins because Schroeder was flushed out of the pocket, and Ricky Sanders was going man-to-man again against Everson Walls, but he was coming across the same way that Schroeder's flushed. See, Schroeder is running to his right, and Sanders is coming across. Again, the Everson Walls has an interception, but he's been beaten by a couple of big ones today.
First and goal at the 2. The Redskins have a lot of guys who can hurt you. Rogers, the deep back. Reggie Branch in front of him. Rogers. Not quite. Walls on the tackle with Jesse Penn.
Walls was looking up there at Reggie Branch saying, what is this? There's George Rogers. He's getting ready. Any time that you get ready for short yardage, you know that there's going to be a big collision coming up shortly. Watch him here. He's following Branch. He had to leave to cut back to the inside, and that's where he got in trouble.
So it's second down at the 1. Schroeder rolls. Ball knocked up in the air, deflected as he looked into the end zone for Didier, and there was nothing there.
And Didier got knocked down. I don't know if that was while the ball was in the air or before or after, but it looked like Michael Downs just cut Clint Didier down. See it again. It was a play passer going to fake the run, and Schroeder's going to roll out to the right. Didier's right down here in the bottom of the thing. I guess he just got pushed down. He didn't even get hit by Downs there.
Ed Jones got the hand up to deflect it. Third and goal now from the 1. Rogers again. Touchdown, Redskins. His second of the day.
Goes over.
One thing you know, when the Redskins get down there in short yardage, if they're going to run, they're going to run to the side Don Warren is. They're blocking tight end.
Ali Haji-Sheikh for the extra point. It's 23-3, and the Sheikh trying to make it 24. And done. 10:45 left to play in the third quarter, and the Redskins in control of the Cowboys, 24-3. The Redskins took 6 plays to go 60 yards. George Rogers scored his second touchdown of the afternoon, the first time this year that he scored 2 touchdowns. Both of them on 1-yard runs. Here's Ali Haji-Sheikh's kickoff. Going to be Darryl Clack at the 10. Clack all the way into Redskin territory. Darrell Green and the kicker Ali Haji-Sheikh brought him down. But a 47-yard kickoff return by Clack.
Watch the wedge. Those 4 guys up in front. See, they swing to the right. Now Clack is trying to get up into the wedge. He gets some good blocks there. That gives him a hole. He sees the kicker. He's going to run over the kicker. But Darrell Green catches him from behind. I don't know that Sheikh would have made that tackle without Green. What do you think?
Darrell Green is going to catch a lot of people from behind. First down, Cowboys at the Redskin 44.
Would the Sheikh have made the tackle?
No. I'm reasonably sure. Cosby to the Redskin 34. Gain of 8. Washington leading Dallas 24-3. Ed Jones over on the sideline. Renfro goes wide right, 2nd and 1. Elvin Edwards to the left, and Tony Dorsett is the running back. Walker in the slot. Walker in motion. Hand off to Dorsett, who started to head for the outside and got the first down.
You know, we looked at Jay Schroeder's passing by distance, and we'll see Danny White. You know, he has that wrist problem, and it looks like he has better control in the short passing game. Look, 4 for 9 under 10, 5 for 7 between 10 to 20 yards, 21 to 30 is 2 for 5, and then you look over 30 yards, he's 0 for 4. So I think in that, you know, under 20 yards, he has pretty good control and pretty good success.
First down, Dallas. They're at the Redskin 30 now. Washington leading 24-3 with 9:25 left. Here's Mel Kaufman coming out. He might have gotten a finger stuck in his eye. Monty Coleman has taken his place. Walker and Newsom are the 2 runners behind White. Fake to Walker. Redskins on a blitz. White going deep. He's got a man. Barksdale incomplete. It was Newsome, I beg your pardon, not Barksdale. He had him. He had 2 or 3 steps on Olkowitz. They got the combination they wanted. He just couldn't hang on.
That's the thing that has to upset a coach. Here you're trying to get your running back on their middle linebacker. You get Newsome wide open in the middle field against their linebacker, Olkowitz. You know that you have a touchdown there, and then you don't get the completion. You probably set that play up and you wait, and you're trying to get on that. You get that situation, and you have to get the touchdown.
That's the kind of year it's been. 2nd and 10 at the 30. Up the middle to Walker. Stays on his feet. Still on his feet. Got a first down. He held on. Mel Kaufman finally brought him down after a gain of 13 yards.
You know, Herschel Walker, when he sees a guy, when he gets the ball, instead of seeing all of them, he said he just zeroes in on one guy. That time it was Rich Malott. Number 57 was there. Herschel Walker caught the pass and went boom right at Malott. Bounced off him and started going again.
First down, Dallas at the Redskin 18. 8:22 left, third quarter. White outside quickly to Walker again. And Herschel drags Todd Bowles down to about the 10.
You know, Herschel Walker's so big and so strong, but the other thing that makes him tough to tackle are those pads. If you look at the shoulder pads, his pads look in the back how far they go down. They go down all the way beyond his number. So wherever you hit Herschel Walker, he's going to give you pad. And he's strong enough and powerful enough that when he gives you the pad, boom, you bounce off it.
2nd and 4. White to Dorsett. Dorsett stopped short of a first down by about a yard. Darrell Green and Todd Bowles made the hit. He picked up 3. Got it down to the 8-yard line. It's about a yard shy of the first down. Thornton Chandler checks in. They'll go double tight ends, and Dorsett goes out.
Now the Redskins counter with 4 players. 4 guys come in, 4 guys go out. One of the guys going out is Dexter Manley. They don't use him in short yardage now. So this is their short yardage or goal line offense.
Newsome and Walker. That's Walker. And he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Alvin Walton and Neil Olkowitz both up to make the hit. He might have even lost yardage.
Hey, where he is strong and he is powerful, he met a couple of more strong and powerful guys. Watch it here. They're going to pull. Walker gets out there. There's 52 Olkowitz. There's Walton at his ankles. And that's the place where a guy loses all his power. Then Darrell Grant just knocks him over the top. 4th down.
And the Cowboys are going to go for it. No field goal attempt here. 4th, and they need 2. Edwards, the man in motion. White gets it out to him, and he's knocked backwards. I don't think he got the first down. Darrell Green was right there. A gain of a yard, maybe, but not enough.
Like as you said, that just typifies the Cowboys' year. They have Timmy Newsome wide open. He drops the ball. 4th down, play pass. They go for it. They get the completion, but they come up short. That's an interesting mark, though. They're still checking that.
They are still looking. He was knocked backwards.
That's that right foot, left foot deal there. Which foot is he going to mark it with? And you can see the tackle is right in front of the marker.
Forward progress was achieved to this point, which will make it a Dallas first down.
Ooh, I still want to see where that guy marked. They're still talking over that one down there. Watch it again here. We can see the catch here. He's saying the forward motion was in front. Let's see if we can watch the official come in and mark it. Oh, I guess we stopped before that.
They call it a Dallas first down, and it's 1st and goal then from the 7. Renfro wide right. Edwards to the left. Danny White saw something he didn't like. Batted away at the last minute by Olkowitz. Intended for Herschel Walker. White was under pressure.
You can feel the intensity of this Redskin defense getting ready for playoffs. You know, they know that they got this. It is a rivalry. They're ahead 24-3. You just have the feeling that defense doesn't want this Cowboy team to score.
66 offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Holding called against Gogan. Olkowitz knocked it away. Manley was shaken up on the play, but he stayed in the game. 1st and goal from the 16 now. White gets the screen pass to Walker. And Herschel gets away from one tackler and gets down inside the 10. Todd Bowles finally brought him down. First man to hit him was Rich Millott.
You get the feeling that the Cowboys are just pulling out anything, you know, just anything that they can get going here. And they go back to that thing that they've done the best forever, and that's throw a screen pass.
Brings up 2nd and goal from the 9. Washington leads it 24-3 with 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Danny White. Back to throw. Mann comes in with a sack. His 2nd of the day.
Well, you're going to see Mann. He's going to come from right here, and you're going to just watch his rush on Gogan. He just starts up to the outside, pushes him, then goes on inside. I'll tell you, Mann has not only gotten quicker, but he's stronger. Do you see that? He hit him with that right hand and just knocked Gogan right outside. He came in.
When we first saw him, he only weighed about 235. Now he's up to 270. 3rd down. Incomplete for Renfro.
I would think at this point the Cowboys will just go for it again on 4th down. But no, they're not. I see the kicker coming in.
Ruzek comes on.
Tom Landry probably figures we had enough shots at that thing, and if we can't get it over, then we'll just try and kick it.
Pelor is the holder. Landry is not one of those who might be inclined to try a fake field goal, especially with it being 4th and 19 and 4th and goal from the 19. 36-yard field goal. Ruzek is 1 out of 2 on the day. It's 24-6 now with 4:47 left in the 3rd quarter. Washington still in control of the situation. 4:47 left, 3rd quarter. Redskins over the Cowboys 24-6. Roger Ruzek just hit his 2nd field goal. Cowboys had 12 plays, kept the ball 5 minutes and 58 seconds. Still only got a field goal.
I think that has to be the frustrating thing for the Cowboys offense, because 8 of those plays they were inside the 20-yard line. They had opportunities and they just couldn't break that goal line plane. The Redskins.
She had that big holding penalty that set him back. And all they got was 3. Ruzek set to kick it off to Clarence Verdun. Good kick, chases him back right to the goal line. Cut down at the 23 by Jesse Penn. No penalty. Somewhat of a shock. Redskins take over at their own 24-yard line. Schroeder remains the quarterback. George Rogers remains the running back. The single back. Sanders and Clark, the wide receivers. Didier and Warren both move, and now they move again. Sanders in motion. Schroeder gives to Rogers. Hit behind the line of scrimmage by Burton first, and then from behind by Penn. That'll get your attention. The AFC East. Who wants to win that? Indianapolis with a record of 7-5 leading, but losing today to Buffalo. Miami 6-6, and they're winning. The Jets 6-6, and they're losing to New England. So the whole picture of that one should change drastically today. It'll be one of those everybody tied for first again. Second down and 13. Schroeder gets it outside. Fumble. And the Cowboys' Jeff Cook picks it up. It is a fumble. Ron Francis made the hit.
That was an alert play by Francis because they started out and the Redskins started going deep, and then they're coming back and throwing those hooks in front of you. Now, when those short things happen, the thing you have to do is get up there and make the tackle.
Play stands as ruled. Completed pass. Fumble recovered by Dallas.
They already had an instant replay on that one before we even showed the replay.
We didn't even have a replay.
No, how'd they do that? How'd the guy talk about it before they even showed it? But anyway, Francis gets up there, and he's kind of spinning Clark around, and as he's spinning him around, the ball comes out.
First down, Dallas. They have the ball at the Redskin 29-yard line. Newsom was the man in motion. White comes back to throw. Gets it outside to Newsom to the 25. Gain of only 3. Alvin Walton again on the stop with Gobea.
That's a real good use of instant replay when they can have a decision before they get to replay. That's really something.
Kallur signaling the play into Danny White. 3:21 left to play in the third quarter. Cowboys have a chance to pull things closer. Second down and 7. The Redskin 25. And White gets it to Renfro. Touchdown. Between Green and Walton.
I'll tell you, Danny White has that bad wrist, but he sure zipped that post in there. Watch him. Renfro's up on top of the screen. He's going to come up. Darrell Green is covering from the outside, and he has to throw that ball between Darrell Green and Todd Bowles, a free safety. And he really zipped that thing in there.
Ruzek for the extra point now. Mike Renfro again has had a spectacular second half of the year. Kallur holding. Ruzek for the extra point. That makes it the Redskins 24, now Dallas 13 with 3:06 left to play in the third quarter. 24-13, 3:06 left to play third quarter. Dallas scoring drive, 2 plays it took him, 28 yards. Danny White hit Renfro for the touchdown, and it's 24-13. Ruzek set to kick it off. Verdun back deep for the Redskins. Another good kick. Chases Verdun, and then it goes out of bounds.
Kickoff out of bounds. A new 1987 rule gives the football to the receiving team on their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
The 87 variety. Let's watch that play. You see, when you get both backs going this way, that gets a strong safety out, and it gives them the hole right here. Renfro is going to run up into that hole, and White hits him before he can get over, and he can close it. Watch the play pass. See, when both backs start this way, watch the strong safety come out. Now see the hole in there? Now Renfro runs into the hole. Now you say, why wasn't he down? Because he was on Green before he was down.
He landed on top of Darrell Green and then fell into the end zone. So it's touchdown for Renfro and Dallas. Sanders is on the move, and Schroeder comes out of the pocket with a lot of time to go to work. Scott Sanders, and Everson Walls got a hand on it at the last second. Sanders broke open.
Let's watch the pass protection here. There's Danny Noonan. He has the same type of stance as Randy White did. Watch him against McKenzie. Strong guys. He's pushing McKenzie back. Bostic helps. Then McKenzie ends up winning the war. And old Jeff Coat is coming in there swinging at guys. They're shooting some bullets down there.
Schroeder had a lot of time. He had a man open, and Walls made the recovery. Bates comes out with Didier. Walls comes with Sanders. Back to throw again. Up and over the middle is Schroeder, intended for Kelvin Bryant. And over his head.
Jay Schroeder is upset. The fans are booing. How quickly they forget. This is a backwards game for Schroeder, though. Usually he's a little colder in the first half and comes back hot in the second half. He had his best first half, and then he's come here and he's a little cold right now.
Dallas comes now with the 4-0 defense. The 4 down linemen and the 7 defensive backs. Randy White's playing right defensive end this time. Schroeder back to throw. Ed Jones in his face. Schroeder gets rid of it. Almost picked off by Victor Scott. And if he had it, they would have moved a little bit closer.
See, when they know he's talking about Tom Landry as being an unemotional guy, I'll tell you, there's as big a competitor as there is, there's no one bigger than Tom Landry. I mean, you see him, you watch that play, he almost had it. He could see if Victor Scott catches that ball, there's nothing between except grass and those lines between him and the goal line.
And this game is back being a game again if he catches that. Melvin Martin back deep. Steve Cox gets off a rocket. Brian Davis had him in his sights for 20 yards away. 48-yard punt by Cox.
Davis is coming down here. Watch him. He thinks that he's going to fair catch. He comes under control, waits, sees there's no fair catch, and then makes the tackle.
So Dallas takes over at their own 19. Victor Scott almost changed the whole complexion of this game. This crowd coming to life after being stunned a little bit by the way the Cowboys had been able to turn it around in the third quarter. Here's White. Pass caught by Barksdale. 15-yard gain. Green on the stop.
I think the Cowboys feel they have something going because that was the same type of thing, the same pattern. Watch Barksdale up here coming down and right in here, the same type of pattern that they hit Renfro on. Watch, he goes 1, 2, 3, Danny White, 1, 2, 3, whap, right in that hole of the zone.
Dorsett is the deep back and Walker's in front of him. Now, they have a little conversation. Tony moves behind. Hand off Dorsett, who almost broke it. Gain of 3. Darrell Grant just did trip him up.
Looked like Dorsett had that hole there, as you said, because they were moving butts out one way, and then as Dorsett came, Grant just reached out and tripped him.
Dexter Manley got back into the huddle rather slowly after that last play.
You'll see what happens to him here. He's just getting blocked, turned around, knocked down, done everything by Nate Newton. Weighs about 315 pounds.
White gives on a draw play to Dorsett, who comes out again to the 40. Gouveia makes the stop, a gain of 2.
Remember Nate Newton, number 61 there, they called him the Kitchen last year. And then the Cowboys got a new offensive line coach, Jim Erkenbach. And he said, you don't want to be a joke. You want to be a football player. You don't want to be known as the Kitchen. And he had a great start. Then he injured his knee in the early season, had it operated on during the strike. And he's not back 100% yet.
3rd down and 5 at the 40. White back to throw. Pressure on him, but he gets it to Cosby, and Cosby gets a 1st down and more. Darrell Green took the ride from Cosby. Right now for an NFL update. Let's send you again to Brent Musburger in New York.
We've had quite a blow now to the fight.
24-13 the score here at RFK Stadium, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Washington 24, Dallas 13. And we now pause for a word from your local station. Ready to start the 4th quarter at RFK Stadium. The Dallas Cowboys against the Washington Redskins. 24-13, Washington leading. Dallas has a 1st down at the Redskin 46. Walker comes out of the backfield, so there's no one left back there. Redskins jump. It's about the 4th encroach.
I think that's the other side, though. The early ones were on Mann's side. That looked like it was up there on Manley's side. You said the Cowboys only had one guy in the backfield, Herschel Walker. Then he left, and they had none.
Encroachment, 72 defense.
Was Dexter Manley. That'll make it 1st and 5, sorry.
And the things that have really gotten the encroachments have been the motion. You know, as a guy goes in motion, because they're down there, they're in that stance, they're all cocked, all ready to go, and they see something move. What? There goes something, so boom, there they go.
That moves the ball down to the Redskin 41. Danny White looking over the defense. And fires quickly to Kelvin Edwards. And Edwards gets down to the Redskin 25. Olkowitz stopped him, but a gain of 15.
Hey, Danny White has that thing going on these slants. He threw a touchdown pass. He threw another one to Barksdale. Now he throws the other one. He had a double slant. 2 guys going in. He took the inside guy, Kelvin Edwards, that time. I mean, that has been a big pass for him here in this 2nd half. That quick slant.
1st and 10 at the Redskin 26. Walker is the lone setback this time, and he gets the carry. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage by Charles Mann and Darrell Grant. Loss of 1. He had no chance.
That's the toughest place to run, is inside against these guys. With Darrell Grant and Dave Butts in there, that is tough.
They've had almost no success in whatever attempts they've made in the middle of the Redskin defense.
You know, Butts is one of those guys that was big before big was popular. I mean, he's like 6'7", 300 pounds, big, strong guy, and you're not going to take him where you want to. Maybe you can get him where he wants to go, but you can't go where you want to.
You'll get a stalemate if you're lucky. Outside to Thornton Chandler. Alvin Walton knocked him out of bounds. The Saints winning again. Bring up a 3rd down situation, about 4 at the Redskin 20. Wholesale substitutions for Washington.
Well, they got 5 guys going in this time.
Passing down.
They had 5 going in, 4 coming out. Now Vernon Dean comes off.
Danny White back in the shotgun formation now. Has some time. Intended deep for Walker. He just threw it for air as he was under pressure. Settle for a field goal here, or did he go for it? You got to go, don't you?
I would think so. You know, the time is getting to be a play now, and I know that the Cowboys have to think that, and now is a better chance because they only need 4 yards here, so they don't have to take this ball and complete it or get it in the end zone. They only have to pick up a first down, and then they can go for it.
Cosby checked in at the last second, and he and White had a little conversation. Pass is picked off by Alvin Walton, and now it was knocked to the ground, incomplete, but it doesn't matter.
I think that was the thing you said. You saw Cosby come in. You saw him talk to Danny White. Then Danny White watches Cosby all the way, and he really forces it there. Alvin Wyatt saw it, and he was right there.
So the Redskins take over with 13:09 remaining. Just to summarize, Clark has had a great day. 8 receptions for 183 yards and the 1 touchdown. George Rogers has scored twice for the Redskins, 1-yard runs in both occasions. And Herschel Walker's been held pretty much in check. He's just picked up 61 yards. 24-13 the score. If we have that much time, 13:09 left in the contest. And John, if you're the Redskins and you haven't been able to run, this is certainly the time that you'd like to be able to establish something like that.
Well, I don't know that it means anything because they did that last week against the Cardinals. You know, they came back after they won the game, then they established some running. And really coming into this game, they didn't feel that they had established it last week. And I don't think, no matter what happens from now until the end of the game, I don't think it's established.
Well, they try one time anyway. George Rogers over the right side, stopped by Danny Noonan. That's a final score, by the way. The Packers have beaten Minnesota. Rogers got 4 yards, and that really clouds the playoff picture. It keeps a lot of people alive, and New Orleans looks like that they will be the host team in the wild card game. New Orleans clinched the home field in the wild card game if they are the wild card team. And it looks like they will be.
Well, of course, they still have a shot. The Saints still have a shot at winning that division, too, because the 49ers have a little tough road. You know, they have to play the Bears tomorrow night, so that thing isn't settled there. And New Orleans is one of the exciting things, I think, that has happened or maybe has come out of this season.
Well, the enthusiasm down there is really something to behold. That's Mark May, who's limping off. Rick Kerr has taken his place. 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, that was one of the things that the Redskins wanted, is they've had guys coming in and out of the offensive line all year, and in the last few games they've had the same guys, and that was an area of settlement. And now when Mark May goes out, then they go back to where their problem area has been, just not being able to get 5 guys to play every week.
Clark comes out wide to the left. Here's Rogers. Rogers by Downs. Gain of 3. Bates also with an assist. That'll bring up a 3rd down. In the race for the home field advantage, the Bear record is 10-2. The 49ers 10-2 against the conference. They're both very effective. They play on Monday night, of course. Washington 9-3 and New Orleans 9-3.
See, and the Redskins, what they need is they have to win their games, and they need the Bears or the 49ers to lose 2 for them to get the home field in the first game.
3rd and 3. Sanders in motion. Schroeder back to throw. Has time. Gets the pass complete, and that'll be enough for a first down outside the 30. That was Gary Clark who made the reception, his 9th of the day. A gain of 4, but enough, more importantly, for a first down.
You know, you have to like Gary Clark. I mean, he looks like an offensive lineman in a wide receiver's body. You know, I mean, look at that. He got mud, he got dirt, he got stuff hanging off. His jersey's ripped, parts hanging out. fiery, tough, stubborn. Shirt tail's not really neatly tucked in. Looks like a guard out there.
Wearing a raincoat underneath his jersey.
Yeah, stuff hanging out.
Schroeder. Rogers again, and he is hit behind the line by Francis and down. Loses 2.
He looked like he got more than tackled on that play. They come out there and they get him, and they're going to start taking his clothes off. Watch this. Whap, 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 pull, push, doink. Look, I mean, he got his pads are pulling out.
They're serious about this. 2nd and 12 for the Redskins. Just over 10 minutes left to play. Schroeder again gives to Rogers. And Rogers is tripped up by Danny Noonan. He got 3 back.
You know, it's funny, you hear the cadence on the Redskins, and yellow has always been their dummy call. And Joe Theismann did that. He wanted a call that was easy to say and it doesn't mean anything. They have a live color. If it's a color other than yellow, then they can go to an audible. If it's yellow, it means nothing, nada.
3rd and 9. The Redskins operating from their own 33. Schroeder 13 out of 24 on the day. Didier splits out wide to the left. Schroeder back to throw. A lot of time. All kinds of time. And finally just trots out of bounds. Chased by Kevin Brooks. Kelvin Bryant was standing 30 yards from anybody. Schroeder couldn't get the ball back to him.
They didn't see him. They were over in the sideline. They were all yelling about it. But what happened is Schroeder got pushed out, and he was over in the other side of the field.
Kelvin Martin back deep for Dallas, and Steve Cox to punt for the Redskins. Away from one man. Whoop. And Martin is cut down by Raven Caldwell. An outstanding open field tackle. 46-yard kick by Cox. A return of 11, so they net 35, and the Cowboys take over with 9:15 remaining. Dallas 24-13 with 9:15 left to play. That's Randy White being attended to over on the Dallas sideline. Some problem with his right ankle.
It looks like they're just loosening up the tape job. He had a lot of stuff in there on that tape job.
First down, Cowboys at their own 33. Handoff is to Walker. Walker around the corner. First down, Dallas. Olkowitz finally stopped him after a gain of 16.
You know, one thing on that 3rd down play for the Redskins, Mark May did come back in. So that was good news for the Redskins, because the thing, you know, the thing they don't want to do is to start breaking up that offensive line.
There's Mark May with the ice pack on the back of his neck. First down, Cowboys at their own 48. Again, it's Walker. Walker to the midfield. Dave Butts and Alvin Walton.
Alvin Walton has had a big game today, because you know coming into the game he's going to make most of the tackles against the run or be in on him, but he's also made some big pass defensive plays. Of course, that 4th down one that he intercepted when the Cowboys were trying to go to Doug Cosby. This guy's been all over the field, run and pass.
He has been the last 2 times we've seen him.
You know what I like about himself? When he tackles, he just launches himself into guys.
2nd and 8. Walker leaves behind White. Here comes the Redskin blitz. Pass is intercepted. Barry Wilburn. Now it's incomplete. Intended for Edwards. And the officials say he didn't have it.
Wilburn is trying to say that he had control of it and that the ground can't cause a fumble. But they have the same thing. If they go up in the air, they have to come down with both feet and control of the ball. You see, he comes down. I don't know. I don't know about that. Because you can't see it from there where the ball is.
Where is the ball? There it is.
I don't know. It looked like he did come down with the ball, though.
I think they're reviewing it.
Okay, now he has the ball. Now he has to come down with control. Now he's down. I think he had control of it.
Well, you can't see it.
The ball's
there it is.
lost.
There it is behind him. Still reviewing.
Because again, you have a couple things in there. Is one, the ground can't cause the fumble, and two, you have the thing that it's not control until you come down with it. So you see him up with it, then you see him down, and it looks like he has it, and you don't know when it comes out. There it is.
There it is.
It's out behind him, but you don't know when it went there. The first official that said no good was the one that was behind him.
Wilburn is still saying, hey, I had it.
Well, you know, Wilburn is tied for the lead in the league in interceptions. So we got a stat we're talking about here, too.
Gordon McCarter is the referee, and he's coming over to again confer. They keep looking at us.
Well, they're going down. I guess their equipment doesn't work because that position is down on the Redskin bench. They're down on the end of the Redskin bench now, talking on the telephone, so their communication equipment must be out.
The crowd starting to chant now, Washington's ball. Washington's ball.
They have no communication system. That one popped everything out.
We might be here a while.
Wilburn's going over and talking to the Cowboys about it. I would think, and I'm not saying it because of this play here, and I've always kind of been for instant replay, but I would bet that this is the last year of instant replay. I don't think they're going to get their vote next year.
Well, look at how long the game has been delayed already, and they still haven't made a decision. Over 3 minutes. Still talking on the telephone and trying to come up with a decision.
Well, they got it now because they hung up the phone. Probably inconclusive evidence is a good one.
Maybe they were just disgusted.
I think they're going to give it to him. I think they're going to give him an interception.
After review by instant replay has been reversed. It is an interception at the 17-yard line, first down.
They'll take it back to the 17-yard line.
There's Tom Landry when he heard it.
What's the problem? Is what Coach Landry was saying. Barry Wilburn gets credit for the interception. And the Redskins take over at their own 17-yard line.
And Barry Wilburn is the leader in interceptions in the league now.
That decision brought this place to life again. Schroeder fakes to Rogers and goes for the bundle. Clark is way out there. Almost. almost. Francis and Bates back with him. Schroeder threw that ball 70 yards in the air.
I was going to say, did you see how easily he did it? I mean, he just went by there and he threw that ball 70 yards. Gary Clark is behind Francis there, has him beat, and it just went off his fingertips. But Jay Schroeder just went boom and threw that ball. They left the ball out there. Now someone's going to get it on the 5-yard line.
Threw it so far they couldn't find it. Second and 10. Look at the offensive breakdown for the Redskins.
It's about half and half, but they're a lot more productive the other way.
Kelvin Bryant has replaced Rogers in the backfield. Schroeder back to throw. Hit just as he let it go by Jeffcoat. And a flag on the play.
This is the thing here that the quarterback has to be able to step up. You see what happens? He's looking. Just as he goes to step up, he gets hit from behind.
5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Schroeder got up very slowly after that hit by Jeffcoat.
I'll tell you, that'll knock the air out of you, among other things.
Automatic.
It was on Bill Bates.
Automatic first down. 7.5 minutes left to play. Washington up 24-13. Rogers back in the game now, replacing Bryant. Down he'll throw this one. Rogers, after a couple, stopped by Bates, picked up 4. And Ron Burton. It seemed to me that the new middle linebacker, John, for the Cowboys has done a pretty good job. Burton.
Well, he has, but the Redskins really haven't tested him much with that run. I mean, the Redskin team, I think, now is a passing team, and their success has been passing. And, of course, Burton is primarily concerned with the run. And, as you say, the Redskins haven't been a factor running the ball.
2nd and 6. Schroeder again to Rogers, and Rogers picked up 3 over the left side, stopped by Danny Noonan again.
There's Kogan over there. They're working on the back of his calf there, probably putting some of that hot stuff there. Trying to rub it out, probably a cramp or something.
3rd down and 3. Redskins at their own 29-yard line. Schroeder puts Sanders in motion. He goes back to throw. Incomplete, intended for Sanders. The Redskins will have to punt. Downs the defender. Here comes Steve Cox into punt. Kelvin Martin goes back deep for the Cowboys.
You know, Steve Cox was saying an interesting thing. He said, as a punter, you never see a punt block. You've never seen one, but he said you hear that second thump. So all you do is when you kick it, you hear one thump. When you hear thump, thump, you know it's a bad one.
See if they come after it. Nope, they're going to set up a return. Try to. Cox has it go off the side of his foot. And it takes a Redskin bounce. One of the Redskins touched it, I believe. No, maybe not. And it rolls dead. Now they're going to bring it back. Somebody did touch it at the 24-yard line. A 47-yard punt it turns out to be for Steve Cox. Didn't look all that good, but it worked. 24-13. Stadium in Washington. Pat Summerall, John Madden. The Redskins leading Dallas 24-13 with that much time left in the 4th quarter, and both teams with all of their timeouts remaining. With Minnesota losing to Green Bay, a lot of teams still have a mathematical chance to make it to the playoffs, including the Dallas Cowboys.
I think all the teams in the NFC were rooting for Green Bay today.
Should know. Danny White back to throw. Caught by Renfro, who laterals to Cosby. And Cosby out of bounds by Monty Coleman. Pickup of 24.
Renfro is a heady guy. He knows when you're in this position with this score and this type of year, do anything you can to make a big play. He catches a hook. He's going down. He gets down almost. He's down on one knee. In fact, I think he should have been down. I think he was down on two knees.
Danny White got him out of the huddle in a hurry before there was any chance to review, and now they're going to look at it again.
Yeah, you would have liked to have seen him gotten away with that one. But I don't think they're going to. But the big thing here is not really, you see, he has a knee down. In fact, he has two knees down before he laterals it. But when did the whistle blow? I don't know if that official blew the whistle or not.
They're going to have another look. Danny White got him out as fast as he could, hoping they wouldn't have a chance to review it. Remember that happened in a game in Denver a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he's down.
Review. The ball is dead on the 44-yard line. He was down, knee down, contact by the opponent at that point. First down.
Still first down, but they take a few yards away.
Well, they took everything away that Cosby gained. And when he went down on one knee and he was contacted, when he had contact, then the play was dead right there.
It's still a Dallas first down with 5.5 minutes left to play. And the Redskins leading 24-13. Herschel Walker moves left in motion, and White goes back to throw. Look out. He just barely got rid of it. And Cosby is hammered by Todd Bowles. For an NFL update again, let's go back to New York and Brent Musburger. 5:21 left here at RFK Stadium. Cowboys 2nd and 10 at their own 34. White flushed out of the pocket by Charles Mann, and that's his 3rd sack of the day.
We were talking about Charles Mann, and we can see now how much stronger he's gotten. Watch him just drive in, drive through, drive, and make the sack back here on Danny White. But it just seems that, you know, he has the quickness, he has the moves, but watch him on Gogan here. He just takes him, then he just gets right by him, and then drives, and then he has Danny White from behind. Watch him here. You see, he starts a move. Now he's getting by and just keeps on going. Comes up with a quarter. Somewhere Gogan has to punch and stop him.
He got under his shoulders and just moved around. Here comes the Redskin blitz again. White gets it upfield. Kelvin Martin is his target. And he gets a Cowboy first down. Good effort by Danny White.
And Dennis Woodbury was right there on the coverage. Watch it. You'll see 46. Watch him come in just as he was going down. It looked like he tripped. Didn't get out there.
32-yard pickup. He didn't get out of bounds, so the clock's still running with 4:14 left to play.
I'll tell you, Danny White's going to have a pretty big day today. He's going to have over 300 yards passing against this Redskin defense.
He already had. 4 minutes exactly now. Newsom turns to talk to Walker, and they move. White. Elvin Edwards. And that's intercepted by Barry Wilburn. And now it's on the ground. It's not intercepted.
You can't give Wilburn that one. He already got one to lead the league, and he's in position now. He has great position. Watch him. He's just running stride for stride, looking at the ball, playing the ball. Goes up, catches the ball at the highest point, then it just rolls right down and out. See, and that one came out before he hit the ground. He's looking at those gloves. Those
didn't quite hang on.
Those scuba gloves, aren't they?
Yeah. White, 24 out of 45 for 319 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Tony Dorsett The deep back, 2nd and 10, Dallas. Walker makes the catch and gets out of bounds and stops the clock. Gain of 20. And another Cowboy first down. Barry Wilburn knocked him out of bounds.
I tell you, this Charles Mann is doing something now. Watch him. He's going to be right here. Comes here, goes up, goes inside, beats the tackle here and the guard here, and hits Danny White just as he throws the ball. Watch from the outside. He goes up. Now he's going to go inside. Now he goes over Kerr right through him to Danny White. Whap. Ooh. He's coming to be some player.
Really?
He may make All Madden if he doesn't watch out. I don't know if guys want to be honored or not.
I do.
He better watch out. Better not punt.
First down 10. White back to throw. Up the middle to Cosby. And Cosby to the Redskin 5. First and goal from there. He stopped by Bowles, but a gain of 15.
Doug Cosby's always been one of the class guys in this league. You know,
right.
I think that when you talk about players and role models and what type of people players are, I think Doug Cosby is always at the top of that list.
Cowboys take a long time in the huddle, and time is precious to them right now. Clock running. Just 5 seconds left on the 30-second clock. They got to hurry. 1 second. They just got rid of it. Incomplete, intended for Thornton Chandler, and that stops the clock with 2:53 left. They got that ball snapped with no time left on the 30-second clock.
Well, you know, the Cowboys, Paul Hackett is up above, and he talks to Tom Landry, and Tom Landry calls the plays. Then he gives it to Steve Pallor, who has to signal it into Danny White, and that just sometimes takes a little too much time for him.
2:53 left to play. 2nd and goal from the 5. Newsom is the lone setback behind White this time. Straight back. Touchdown to Barksdale. And a fracas breaks out. Flags come flying. Danny White is in the middle of the pile, in the bottom of that one. They can't get them separated. Danny White levels somebody.
This is a bench emptying brawl.
See the quarterback make a charge at somebody like that. Watch number 11.
He's going after Olkowicz. You never see a quarterback take on a middle linebacker and then end up with the middle linebacker at the bottom of the pile.
The touchdown is to Barksdale.
Well, it's that same pattern that they got a touchdown to Renfro, and it's on Darrell Green. It's that quick slant again to the inside, and they're probably the way Danny White is throwing that pass today. He has that one down perfectly. But I don't know that I've ever seen a quarterback get back, throw a touchdown pass, and get in a fight with a middle linebacker.
I don't think I have ever seen that, John.
That ought to make something. I think this is where it started right there. You see, Newton was standing above Manley.
A number of players from both teams were involved in the fracas which occurred after the play. The penalties, in effect, offset at the succeeding spot. Personal fouls both ways.
Yeah, Danny White not only went after him, but he went after him with a forearm. Good news is he hit him with his left forearm, not the one who's bad arm. Now he's telling Cosby. He said, hey, Olkowicz was grabbing Newton. I was just protecting my guard. He's still upset.
Did a pretty good job of it.
Well, these guys don't look like they need much protection. I mean, a guy like Newton being protected by a quarterback.
Right.
That's another thing you don't see. And a quarterback throwing a forearm at a middle linebacker you won't see.
The lure for the will hold for the extra point by Ruzek. It's 24-19, trying to make it 24-20. 2:49 left to play. Both teams have all of their timeouts remaining. Extra point is good. Look at Newton. Newton came really backwards on the extra point.
There's Gene Lockhart talking to Danny White. I think Lockhart's telling him how to fight. Look, you throw left, right, right, left. He's telling him how to get a middle linebacker. Go to the ribs, he's saying.
16-10, that's a final score. Green Bay beat Minnesota. This final as well is that confused AFC East. Miami beat Philadelphia. Cleveland over Cincinnati. The Jets trailing 42-20 in the fourth quarter. New Orleans in the fourth beating Houston. And the Rams have taken the lead over Atlanta. And with the Minnesota loss today, the Rams still could make the playoff.
Tell you, if nothing else, the Rams ought to get the comeback team of 1987. Because remember when we saw them, in fact, we saw them the day after they traded Eric Dickerson, and they weren't very good at that time.
Everybody looked very sad. 24-20, Washington leads Dallas with 2:49 left to play.
There's a guy who does a good job of coaching, John Robinson. I think we have two here in this game. Tom Landry, over the years, one of the best that's ever been on the sideline. And Joe Gibbs, maybe the best right now in the NFL for what he does with a group of players.
You're right about John Robinson, too. Ruzek's kickoff goes to Verdun at the 8. He is cut down at the 25. 18-yard return, stopped by Albritton and Scott.
Here's Danny White's 154th career touchdown. And again, it's that zip, that slant into Rod Barksdale. And that's been a big play for the Cowboys today. And I'm sure they're thinking right now, if we can get that ball back, we can hit some more of those slants.
They've got to have a touchdown. First down, Redskins at their own 26. You have to be very careful with your use of the timeouts now. Rogers over the right side, stopped by Burton first. And a timeout, Dallas.
So I know what Tom Landry's thinking now is he had 3 timeouts, and he's going to get 1 at the 2 minute. So unless the Redskins pass, they'll take another timeout, 1 more timeout, and a 2-minute warning. And if they stop them, they'll get the ball back with 1 timeout left.
Schroeder comes over to visit with Gibbs over on the sideline. Next Saturday here on CBS. Shouldn't have a problem staying warm.
But I'll tell you one thing, you know, if there's anyone who represents that group over in Washington that really hates the Cowboys, I think Dexter Manley is the top of that list. I mean, he tries to keep that thing going every year, every day, off season, during the season.
That touchdown by Dallas, by the way, is the first point scored against the Redskins in the last 5 games in the last quarter. Kelvin Bryant has replaced George Rogers. Schroeder gives on a draw play to Bryant, who's got some room. And maybe not quite a first down. Victor Scott stopped him after he picked up 8, and that's going to be close.
Of course, that's the thing. Once you start taking those timeouts, you can't allow the other team to get a first down. If they do, that knocks everything off.
Well, they just took another one, the Cowboys did. By the way, this game is presented by the authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Washington Redskins and the National Football League is prohibited. It's going to be about a foot short of a first down.
And Jay Schroeder is coming over the sideline to talk to Joe Gibbs. And I bet I know what play they come up with, because they do it in short yardage and goal line now all the time. Used to be John Riggins. Now it's a quarterback sneak, because Jay Schroeder is so big and so strong, they just let him keep it. See if his eyes have gotten bigger when you tell him, hey, you got to do it.
Well, he's gotten his message from Joe Gibbs as to what he thinks he should do.
And I bet again it's a quarterback sneak,
which is in most cases very effective.
Well, it is. And if it's not effective, if the play, whatever the short yardage play, doesn't work, there's no way the Redskins can go for it. They'd have to punt, and then the Cowboys are going to get some shots at them.
Rogers and Branch are the two running backs. Didier's on the move. They give it back to Rogers, and I don't know. It's going to be close. Downs came up. I think he got it.
I'll tell you, they didn't look like they got a lot of movement over there in the Cowboys.
If they did get it, they can just about run things out now. They'll stop.
And if they didn't get it, I think they have to punt it. They got it.
They got it. Now the Cowboys have one more timeout remaining and the 2-minute warning remaining.
Let's watch that surge up in the right side. Donnie Warren gets a good block. He's the guy that gets the movement. Then they get a good lead by Branch in there. And by the time Downs gets there, Rogers already has the first down.
So the clock stops now with 2 minutes remaining, and Washington up by 4 over Dallas. That's tonight on CBS. First down, Redskins. 2 minutes left. Schroeder sends Rogers left side. A gain of 3. Tom Landry on that first down wanted a measurement. He was really upset. Ernie Stottner alongside. He's upset.
Well, I've always thought that anytime, again, it's on that fourth down play, and I know the rule used to be that anytime you ask for a measurement, they'd give you one. And they didn't give the Cowboys a measurement on that fourth down play. And of course, once the Redskins got the first down, then the Cowboys can't do anything about it anymore, because they don't have any more timeouts after this one.
This is their last one that they're in the middle of right now. They'll bring up a 2nd and 7 situation. The ball is at the Redskin 39. Washington with 1 minute and 51 seconds to kill. It hasn't been easy.
I don't think anyone thought it would be easy. I know when we were at the Redskins practice yesterday, I didn't have a feeling any of them thought today would be easy.
Rogers again, right side. Protecting the football, and now they can't stop it again. Ron Burton made the stop after Rogers got 2.
But, you know, it'll be an interesting thing after 3rd down what the Redskins do on 4th down, because they are going to have a 4th down play if they don't pick up the first here.
They're going to take their time in the huddle this time. Jeff Bostic, the starting center, has done a whale of a job since he got the regular job back. 3rd down and 5. Rogers again. And it's going to bring up a 4th. He's stopped by Danny Noonan. A gain of 2 and a penalty marker down, and that will stop the clock.
I think it's going to be against the Cowboys. That'll not only stop the clock, it'll give the Redskins a first down, and really, for all intent and purposes, end this thing.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 40 defense, piling on after the play.
Penalty called against Bill Bates, and as John Madden just said, for all intents and purposes, that finishes it, because that's an automatic first down.
Well, here you're going to see the play end, and there's Bates right there at the end. He comes diving in, head, elbow first, and knee second.
Would have been fourth down. 1:03 left to play, and Schroeder now can just run it out because the Cowboys are out of timeouts. Their record will drop. The Dallas Cowboys have missed the playoffs in 3 of the last 4 seasons after 9 straight years of being in the playoffs. They haven't had back-to-back losing seasons since the middle of the 60s.
I think they're still arguing about that fourth down call over there.
32 seconds now, a half minute left. That should do it. The Redskins hang on. Washington 24, the Cowboys 20. Washington still hoping for that home field advantage as the playoffs approach. John Madden, then this is Pat Summerall saying so long from RFK Stadium, where the final score was Washington